Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here tonight, Virtual Racing Network. First and foremost, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here for the late night broadcast here on Virtual Racing Network for the Northwest Xfinity Series. This is their season finale here tonight. First, obviously, before we get into anything here tonight, even the sponsors, we want to welcome everyone to chat. Let's see, we got lots of people over there. We got Brandon Kreutz over there. Welcome to chat. First time I've seen you in chat, but welcome to chat regardless. But let us know how the mic sounds out there. We do have a brand new mic. We went wireless here with the Astro A50 to better bring you just better service. So we are messing with those sounds. So let us know how they sound compared to the cars and everything. If we sound crystal clear and everything, that is if I don't lose my voice first. But again, welcome everybody to the race here tonight. This is the championship round here for the Northwest Xfinity Series. Let's dive right into the sponsors for tonight's race. Those do include here on the racing side ourselves here at Virtual Racing Network. We came on this year to sponsor, as well as Walls Beard Co. They're actually playing double duty here tonight. So if you have a beard, make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com for all of those beard balm needs. Definitely a great product, all natural and organic as well. Northwest Racing Series. Obviously, we're covering them here tonight. You can catch them on Monday and Wednesday night this season. Obviously, Wednesday nights are done, so just Monday, and that's tonight. And we're wrapping it up here. We'll crown the champion later on tonight after 100 laps. RaceOnTexas.com. Not only are they a sponsor here, we also partner up with them for some upcoming events. So make sure you stay tuned to the RaceOnTexas.com Facebook page and the Virtual Racing Network Facebook page. We have a lot of information coming out here very shortly. SimSpeedShop.com, your one-stop shop for button boxes and e-brakes. Make sure you check them out. Also, when we hit 2,500 subscribers here on the channel, we will be sending one of those custom-made button boxes out later on this year as soon as it gets there. iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics, your sim race broadcast graphic source. If you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need your overlays overhauled a little bit, check Jason Allison out at ibog.co. And of course, RaceCore Online Racing League. We cover their Sunday series, and we back up with that one starting February 17th, 2019, as we kick off their second Sunday season, maybe their third. Regardless, we'll be there to cover all the racing action. That being said, we got about 16:45 left on the clock. Again, a lot of racing action going to be going on here tonight. We'll go ahead and, before we pull any drivers in here, let's pull up your point standings coming into tonight's race. As you can see right there, Jason Berg is your points leader. Sort of. He's actually tied all the way through fourth as we have a dead even tie. 5,000 points as they did get reset coming into tonight's race. Jason Berg, Jeff Stabnell, Sean Brightsman, and Chris White, your top four drivers. Those are the final four drivers here in the chase, as one of them will be the champion here tonight. No bonus points on the line. It's whoever finishes the highest will be the champion. So will it be our race winner? Will it be someone bound to fourth, fifth place? We'll find out shortly, as we are again about 15 and a half minutes away from getting qualifying, and then we'll move on to your 100 lap race here tonight at Chicagoland Speedway. We'll leave those points up here for just a little bit. As you see, Mark Walls and Brian Barnes were just recently eliminated last week. And then, of course, you have Josh Coley and Corey Walters eliminated a little bit before that. So a few drivers getting eliminated last week. Unfortunately, Mark Walls, a very good season, but just couldn't quite get into the final round here, although he was your truck champion last Wednesday. So let's give us just a minute here. We're going to see if we can't talk to a driver. We are very few on the drivers here tonight. So we'll have to just kind of pick and choose who we're going to talk. Notably, I don't see a Josh Coley here tonight. He has not missed a race that I can recall in a long time. So Josh Coley not here tonight. That is going to shake things up a little bit, as he's usually pretty fast and up in the front of this field. So definitely going to be interesting to see if he does not show up here tonight. But give us just a minute, as we're going to go ahead and get rid of those point standings off of your screen. Again, Berg, Stabnow, Breitzman, and White are your top drivers for tonight's race. Whether you're tuning in on Facebook on the Northwest, Facebook on the Virtual Racing Network, or on YouTube, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Let's see if we can step away here for just a moment. We're going to get one or two of these drivers in here for a quick interview, and we will be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we do have the 46 of Sean Breitzman in the booth here with us real quick for a pre-race interview. He is one of our chase drivers, of course. So first off, as always, Sean, welcome to the booth once again. We talk about it every week when you're in the chase, and just about every week, period. What do you have to do? Obviously, finishing in the top position is ideal, but what do you really have to do at this particular track to try to keep that car in one piece and going in the right direction? Is Chicagoland is not the typical season finale track.
It's not, but I think with the Xfinity cars and the group of people we have, I think we're in for a good show tonight. The setup seems to be a little tight. So I think we're gonna see who can best muscle the car around without killing the right front tires and make it even tighter. So I think there's going to be some good battles all around the track tonight, and should be a lot of fun.
Definitely, I expect to see a lot of racing as well. A lot of fun out here. I want to hit on one point here that we've noticed here just in the recent week or two. When it comes to this being the championship round, you get used to racing with certain drivers all season long, and now we throw people like Jake Williams, Todd Walters, who's fairly new. We have BJ Tidwick in here. We got a couple of new drivers that we don't typically see that have made the trip here, and even more wanting to get into the series. So how does that change your mindset, or does it at all, knowing that you've raced with these same guys all season, and now here the championship race is, and you have 2 to 3, possibly more drivers that are brand new that you have no idea how they are going to race you?
So it's going to be tough for some of the other championship chasers, just for the fact they haven't raced with them. I've been fortunate enough to race in the Northwest or the iRacing Northwest Tour. That's ran by Seth Frazier, BJ Tidrick, and a lot of those guys are from that series, and I can speak for most of them there that they're quality drivers that definitely can turn a lap and run pretty clean. So I'm not too concerned racing next to him. Chris or Jeff or Jason, he runs in that series as well. I think those two are going to probably have the bigger issue potentially with them, just not sure how they're going to hold the line or whatnot, where I think myself and Jason are going to have the advantage on that, even though they're new guys to the series. They're not new to racing, so.
Definitely one thing, speaking of Jason, we want to bring this up here. I don't want to say anyone's an underdog coming into tonight's race, but looking at the last 3 races, they have been pretty much all about Jason Berg. So I would expect him to be fast here. So obviously you're going to have to be faster than him. It's a fixed setup. So what are you going to have to do to stay right on his?
So I missed you on the first part of that question, but I'll just kind of elaborate a little bit. Jason's going to be fast tonight. He's fast every week. The last 3 weeks, he swept the elimination round. But I predict someone's going to top him. I don't know if it's going to be myself, Jeff, or Chris, but or one of the season regulars. To be honest, I think it's going to come down to who can again hold the best long run. I don't think we're going to have too many cautions tonight. At least I hope not. I like when they go green. And introduced green flag pit stops, because that plays a whole nother part and a whole nother strategy into this whole championship mix. So I predict that Jason's not going to be the championship or win the championship tonight. He is definitely going to be fast. He's going to lead some laps, but I'm hoping myself I can top him. But if I don't, I'm thinking Jeff's going to be pretty fast tonight.
Oh, there you have it. Calling out Jason Berg, kind of, sort of, not really. Sean Brighton, of course, wants to win this championship. We know you want to win it. We want you to win it as well. But unfortunately, we want all of you to win it, and that's not going to happen. But we know we got about 8.5 minutes. We know you got some shout-outs and sponsors before we let you go, so who would those be?
I just got to thank the Wicked Chassis Racing team members, Jeff, John, Mark. Got to thank Walls Beard Co. for coming on board for the whole season, for the team, for both series. Got to thank Central Welding Supply, and got to thank everybody that's been joining lately. It's great to see that we have all the people from the Northwest Tour that I've been racing in starting to come over here and find a league that they can run in on another night and help populate our car count, and hopefully with what holds for the future for next season. I mean, I'm looking forward to this series and where it takes us. So, and then lastly, of course, I got to thank Virtual Racing Network for bringing all these broadcasts here for us to watch and enjoy and highlight to our friends, family, and everybody that cares about our passions and hobbies.
Oh, definitely a big shout out to everyone out there that has joined in. We're going to step away here for about right back as we'll recap this. We got about 7 minutes left to go till qualifying. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have one more driver to talk to, and this driver, not a chase driver, but we nominated him for an interview because he was rolling in a little late here to the race. Again, you show up late, you get nominated for stuff. That's the way it works around here. But Josh Goley, welcome to the booth here, number 33 machine here tonight. Not in the chase anymore, so this is all about the win. So what are you going to do? Obviously be fast, but is this just trying to finish high, get a good momentum going into the next race?
Yeah, we're just going to try to finish off the season strong and go for the win if we can make it happen.
Well, definitely that's what it's all about in the end. If you're not in the chase, is getting the win. Oh, I expect to see you up there. Obviously you've been really fast lately. Whether it's the Xfinity fixed or open truck, always a fast driver to watch. So you got Steve Silstad here, one of your teammates helping you out, and I'm not sure who else is on that team. So, obviously you'd like to get a 1-2, but on the same lines of you getting the win, if you could get a 1-2 finish for your team here tonight, what would that be like out there?
I think that would be kind of beating the odds, really. I don't know. We're just kind of here to have fun tonight and participate and show our appreciation for the Northwest Racing Series. And kind of gear up for next year and have a good time.
Well, definitely, we expect to have a good time here. We got about just under 5 minutes technically, but we know you got some shout outs and sponsors, so who would those be getting you here for the season finale race?
I got to thank Walls Beard Co. of course. The Northwest Racing Series, they run some pretty spectacular leagues. VRN for the excellent broadcasts. And then got CRT Small Engine Repair on the car. So, and then I also got to thank the guys at White Knuckle because we've come a long ways in a short time, and I wouldn't be there without their help. So that's an awesome deal.
Really, a lot of sponsors on there, and of course, nobody would be where they're at if it wasn't for the team. So always good to hear shout outs to the teammates. We got 4 minutes left on the clock. We'll be back here in just a moment as we'll see if we can squeeze in one more quick driver interview. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Just to recap, for anyone that's just joining us, we are here at Chicagoland Speedway, the Windy City, and I want to point out this track is extremely hot here tonight. In practice, right now, your air temp is 78 degrees, your track temp is 105 degrees, so this track is very toasty here. I expect to see that go down. As you see right now, it is afternoon, maybe late afternoon. It looks more like afternoon out there in the skies. Sun looks to be fairly high. I expect that to go down a little bit. Will it go completely dark? Probably not. I'm not even sure. I assume this track does have lights. We haven't looked to see. But there they are. Indeed, does have lights. But 17 drivers have made the trip here. We'll see if all 17 of them do start the race. But again, going over your chase drivers, the four we're going to be watching the most here tonight, those are going to be Jason Berg, Jeff Stabnell, Sean Brightsman, and Chris White. Coming into the race, that is the order from first through fourth. Again, drivers with honorable mentions I got eliminated last week do include Mark Walls and Brian Barnes. And of course, the chase round before that was Josh Coley and Corey Walters sitting in 7th and 8th place. A minute 55 left on the clock. We are going to step away here for the national anthem, and we will be right back here in just a few moments after your national anthem with qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is underway for 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull qualifying up onto your screen here for the, I believe, 17 drivers that have made the trip here to the season finale. We'll see. Nobody has officially gone out onto the track just yet, although we do have the 48 of Mark Walls sitting in his car, getting ready to go out onto the track. But again, nobody officially doing it. They're all kind of waiting here. As just to note, the track temp we talked about was 105 a little while ago. It is now 98 degrees, so it has dropped significantly here in temperature from practice to qualifying here with these guys not on the track. The question is, who's going to be the first one to officially go out onto the track? Right now, Mark Walls, Seth Frazier, and Jason Berg are sitting in their cars, but nobody going out on the track. And it looks like the 21 of Chris White's going to be the first one to come out. We'll see what that 00 machine, SimStar Motorsports Chevrolet can throw down here. Is John Ottenbacher also going to come out onto the track? But again, your first driver will be the 00 of Chris White. No times officially have been put in yet, but they will be here very soon. Oh, again, while we have cars coming out onto the track, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you're on the VRN page, the Northwest Facebook page, or the VRN YouTube page or channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you like it. And, of course, make sure you hit the subscribe and bell to be notified of all upcoming events here for Virtual Racing Network. We have a ton of events go on. Whether it's dirt, asphalt, it doesn't matter. We cover it all here on Virtual Racing Network. And a lot of stuff in the works here for 2019 as well. Well, the question is, who is going to be crowned the champion at the end of tonight's race? As again, Chris White's the only one with a time, 30.981. As we'll see, there's John Ottenbacher. He's going to take to the top of the charts with a 30.958.022 faster. Todd Walters going to put a 31.153 to go to third place. BJ Tidrick to fourth with a 31.331. We'll see, the next one going to put a time in is going to be, we'll see, Chris White to second with a 31.981. Jason Berg, there it is, with the top fast time here of 30.824. No surprise there. We knew he would be fast, and he is not letting down here tonight. As again, we just knew he'd be a fast driver, but here's another driver we need to keep an eye on. That's the 46 of Sean Breitzman in that Highway Wolves Beardco. I believe a Toyota here tonight. It is Toyota Camry. So another very fast driver and one of our chase drivers here for tonight's race. So don't expect anything less than really fast for him. I expect him to be in the top 5 here in qualifying at least. Minimum. He could take the 12. We'll see 31.016, 5th place, so barely into the top 5. We'll see if his second lap is any faster. As we do have Stephen Paulson out on the track right now, as well as William Mark Walls just now getting up to speed. He is out on the track, as well. Jeff Stabnow has not come out yet for our other chase drivers, so we'll keep an eye on them to see when he does officially come out. Again, 2 of our chase drivers have times in, Jason Berg and Chris White, currently 1st and 3rd for Berg and White in that order. We'll see as it's going to be Sean Breitzman to 5th place with a 31.016. Not quite the time I expected there, but he will be up to 5th place. We'll see where they all stack up. As Mark Walls, one of our drivers that got eliminated last week. He is currently out here for the win, and that's it, as he's going to bring it to a stop. William Fletcher currently in 8th place with a 31.377. Stephen Paulson to 9th with a 31.420 on his last lap. Another very fast time as well. So again, we really don't know who's going to be crowned the champion, but Jason Berg probably the best bet here. If you're that 21 machine, you've got to be sitting pretty good right now, sitting tall, knowing that you are the pole sitter for tonight's race. Again, we'll jump over to Mark Walls, who was eliminated last week. Chris Walters out on the track as well, so we'll jump over to him. Well, we'll say that. There he is, Chris Walters, a 31.207. He'll go to 8th place here in qualifying. We'll go back to the 48 of Mark Walls and see what kind of time he is going to put in here in the number 48 Walls Beardco machine. Very interesting times here. Again, a lot of people have not put in times. Out of the 17 that are here, 7 have not put in times. One of those is about to cross the line, and that is the 48 of Mark Walls. You're watching him right now, 31.108. That's going to in 6th place. Not quite as high as I expected to see the 48 of Mark Walls here tonight. As we'll see, we have Jake Williams and Brian Barnes sitting in their cars, but are not coming out on pit road just yet. So let us know in the chat there on social media who you are rooting for tonight. It looks like Jeff Stabnow still not coming out with 3 minutes left to go on the clock. Very surprising that we have not seen him come out onto the track, as we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We'll go to your scenic camera here for tonight. But again, qualifying is still underway. 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes on the clock. Nobody out on the track right now. Very, very surprising that Jeff Stabnow has not put in a lap yet. I really expected him to be out on this track, putting down a lap. Something may be going on there that we're not aware of that would cause him to not qualify. I guarantee you he is not going to not qualify of his own choice. He wants to be out front and make sure he leads this race and wins this race. So for him not to qualify, something drastic must be going on with that 24 machine here. As again, he is a chase driver, and as of right now, our chase drivers, Jason Berg in the 21, sitting on pole so far here for tonight's race. Chris White, one of his competitors in that 00 machine, sitting in 3rd place. Sean Brightsman in the 46th, 5th place. As they stand right now, Jeff Stabnow back in about 15th place on the grid, as he has not taken a time. So again, I think something has drastically gone wrong. Jeff would never wait this late to come out, and nobody else coming out. And there he is. He is going to come out onto the track, so we'll get down there with him here, as he has a minute 38 to do so here, coming in at the very last minute. If we get a caution, we're going to try to see if we can't get Jeff on the radio and talk to him and see what may have happened that caused him to come out. 23 to go. This is going to be pushing it very close. He will not get both laps in. He will only get one of them in, obviously, after his warm-up lap. As you see him coming by, he might be able to squeeze in, and it's going to be very close, as we'll definitely be looking. He has a minute 3 left to go. Again, they're going to be squeaking it in just to get both laps in, but I don't think he's going to be able to, as he has 50 seconds left to go. He will complete this lap, and it better be a Hail Mary of a lap here to get him into the top 5, or possibly take the pole, as he is going to need every ounce of speed he can get here in this lap. It's going to be right there, 30.99 or 88, 4th fastest. So right now, sitting on the inside of row 2, 26 seconds left to go. It's going to take at least 30 to get around the track, so it's not going to matter this lap. is not going to count. 19 seconds left on the clock. And again, not going to be able to make it here. 13 seconds left to go. It's going to be close. He may somehow make it. We'll see. 5 seconds. Barely with 3 seconds left on the clock. 31.075 is not going to matter. Let's go ahead and get rid of qualifying. Did put in the time, but what a... There, literally 3 seconds left on the clock when Jeff Stabnow crosses the line, but it still wasn't enough. Jason Berg is going to be your pole sitter here for tonight's race. So give us just a minute. We'll go through your Walls Beard Co. starting grid here for tonight's race. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through your Wolves Beard Co. starting grid on row 1. We have one of our 4 chase drivers here tonight, the 21 of Jason Berg. On his outside is going to be the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Row 2 is going to be our 2 of our chase drivers, actually. The 00 of Chris White and the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Row 3 is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier. And our 4th and final chase driver here for tonight, that is going to be the 46 of Sean Breitzman. Row 4 is going to be the 48 of Mark Walls and the 35 of Todd Walters. Row 5 is going to be the 36 of Chris Walters and the 11 of BJ Tidrick. Row 6 is going to be the 28 of William Fletcher and the 58 of Stephen Paulson. Row 7 is going to be the 4 of Brian Barnes and the 45 of Steve Stillstad. Row 8 is going to be the 52 of Brian and the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 9 is going to be the 53 of Jade Williams and the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. It looks like Scott Hutchinson is opted to not start the race here tonight. Well, unfortunate for him, but he will not be starting. It is going to be Jason Berg that is going to be getting to that gas pedal first here when we go racing in just a few moments. Alright, here it is. Green flags in the air. We are racing for the first time here tonight. We'll put your top 3 up on the top of your ticker here so you know exactly where those top 3 are, how far they are away from your leader. This is Jason Berg with a nice, sizable lead early on as he shot out of a cannon here on the start of this race. We'll see Chris White behind him. 2 chase drivers, 1 and 2 right now. Chris White has a really good shot at winning this championship, but he's got to get by Jason Berg to do so in that number 21 machine. We'll look. Chris White taking it to the bottom. Couldn't quite make that work. He's going to have to keep digging here just a little bit to see if he can get by Jason Berg. Jason Berg not going to let him by easy. Looking a little further back here, and it looks like Jeff Stabnow started 4th, and he has dropped all the way back to 6th. Damage on the start here as that car already has a ton of damage to the right side, so something may have happened there, or did happen early on the start here. Not sure if it was contact with another car, but regardless, Jeff Stabnow already early in this race having damage. I just don't want to see Jeff Stabenow have a heartbreak like he did in the Truck Series after a really hard-fought battle to determine that champion. So we'll see. It looks like the damage isn't slowing him down too much. He's still able to get to the back of bumper of Seth Frazier in the 32. So I don't think it's going to hinder him too much here tonight. We'll see. So far, we are caution-free here. 4 laps in. Jason Berg still out front. Well, the question is, who is your pick for tonight's win? If you're on social media, let us know. Tell us who your win is, or your pick for the win is anyway. As we're going to go back a little ways. Look at everybody already single file out. I knew they would go single file here at some point. I did not expect it so fast. So very interesting. These guys do not want to press any issues here. They have 95 to go when they get to the currently to go. And they're taking it very conservatively. I really figured with this much on the line, we would see some people try to shake things up. But there is the 46 of Sean Breitzman running down Jeff Stabenow. Sean Breitzman will take a look here at that. Started in 6th place. His lowest is 7th. That's where he currently resides on the track. Jeff Stabenow started 4th, currently running 6th. He too has fallen back. However, Chris White started 3rd. He's in 2nd, so he's going the correct way and not really making any movements here. That is the 21 of Jason Berg, started 1st, and that was, of course, his highest, and he has not seen front of this pack so far here for tonight's race. Let's go back a little ways here, so we still have a huge battle going on for chase drivers and teammates. The 46 of Sean Breitzman and the 24 of Jeff Stabenow. So it looks like Sean Breitzman will officially take the position away. So Sean Breitzman 2-6. That's going to drop Jeff Stabenow down one more position. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As we take a quick about 10-second break there to look at some. Just an outstanding run here all season for these drivers. As we're really trying to talk about our chase. Of course, everybody else here. Mark Wall's not in the chase right now. But I do want to point out here as we look at Mark Wall's. We look at some of his stats for this season. His win percentage, 11.76%. He has made quite a bit. Again, just he hasn't had a 100% great season like we've seen, but still 2 wins, a pole, 10 top 5s, and 11 top 10s. That's nothing to be disappointed with. So definitely something to be proud of here. Take a look here at our champion, potential champion anyway. That is one of Jason Berg, 46.67% of his career stats or wins. He has 7 wins, 5 poles, 10 top 5s, and 12 top 10s. Only 3 DNFs here for the season, so a really good stats here for Jason Berg. Chris White, though, has fallen off here to 1.633 seconds. Chris White has his work cut out for him now if he wants to try to get to the lead, and that is where you need to be. If you want to win this race, you've got to be in the lead. As again, if you're not in the lead, well, you ain't going to be winning the race, that's for sure. It's going to be all about who can place the fastest. And let us know if the mic cuts out at all on you here tonight. Again, we have a brand new headset for tonight's race, so let us know if it does cut out or anything like that, as we are trying our best to make it the best quality we can here for you. But look at the 48 of Mark Walls coming in very quickly. Again, this is non-chase driver versus chase driver. Mark Walls is here for the win. That is all that matters to him right now, is getting the win. He wants to go out on a high note here for the season. as he will have to do like everyone else. We'll have about a 2 to 3, maybe 4 week break before we go back to racing again. So everybody would love to go out on the win, as he's going to officially take second place from the 00 of Chris White. That'll push Chris White to the spot. Now Chris White is in jeopardy of getting passed by Seth Fraser in that 32 machine. So Chris White going the wrong direction right now early in this race, but that's the key. It's early in this race. He has plenty of time to try and work his way back up to the front, but keep in mind, this is not the open set truck series. He cannot make but very few tweaks to the car. So if he cannot make tweaks to the car, he could potentially be stuck back there. He's going to have to find the line. That is the fast line around this track. Sean Brightsman a little bit behind him now, as he is trying to run him down to get by him and gain that position. Jeff Stabnow started fourth. He's falling back now. He's in 8th place. Lost 4 spots since the start of this race. But that is due to damage there. As we'll pull that up very quickly here. We'll go on board with him with the roll bar camera. Jeff Stabnow. And that right there is what we're talking about. That damage where it's lifted up. I'm sure the splitter's messed up as well. And that is slowing him down drastically compared to what he did in qualifying. Again, he is back 4 spots to 8th place from his original starting spot, and this happened on the start, initial start there. That is when all this took place. 2.4 seconds separate Mark Walls and Jason Berg, and that gap continues to grow here. So we go off board here and go back to our main camera. Jeff Stabnow definitely not having the run he wants, but we'll see. Once he gets down pit road, gets that damage repaired, we'll be back in business, or at least he will be. So definitely here tonight, we'll be covering all the racing action. We're on lap 17 of 100 here for tonight. We currently have 84 laps to go. There is your race leader with a huge 2.466 second gap here tonight. This is, again, the season finale here. This is the Walls Beard Co. Championship 150 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Not a typical season finale track, but we definitely like it here. They shake things up a little bit. As we're trying to find the battle on the track here, as John Ottenbacher gets to the inside, or outside, sorry, of really be able to pass him on the outside. It looks like he's going to. John Ottenbacher officially clears Chris White. Chris White will be bumped back to 6th place. Chris Walters will be running down the 00 of Chris White soon in that number 36 machine. Jeff Stabnow still holding his own in 8th, but look who's behind him. The man who does not typically qualify, that is Brian Barnes in that number 4. He is running down Jeff Stabnow right now. So is Josh Coley sitting back there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, those two are teammates, or at least work together quite often. So I would expect to see those two working together to move through to the front of this field. It's just a matter of time before we see them up there. So again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know for some people it's late, other people it's not so late. Regardless of where you're at, we're glad you're here tuning in tonight. It's some great racing. As Josh Coley, Brian Barnes still trying to get by Jeff Stabnow, but he's not letting him by anytime easy, and they kind of lose a little bit of momentum there, trying to get by him, and they'll have to regroup and do it again. Let's go up to John Ottenbacher, currently running down Chris White, just isn't able to get by him. But he is definitely going to dig in and see what he can accomplish and get past him. As you see Chris White taking it all the way to the bottom. Not so much for John Ottenbacher. He stays up on the racing surface here early in this race. We did hear lap 30 to 34-ish. There should be fuel window, so we'll see when the green flag pit stops will begin for tonight's race. What lap will it be on? We have a lot of great cars there. Ooh, we saw that Jeff Stabnow getting a little bit of loose, and that's going to cause him to have even more damage. And he gets into the wall yet again. That car is just not handling. He needs a caution extremely bad so he can reset this car and get back out there damage free as he's side by side with the 33 of Josh Coley. That is a battle for position. That is for 9th position out on the track. Somehow Jeff Stabnow is able to hold on to it. Josh Coley, though, hard on his outside trying to get the pass made, but not going to happen so far. Mark Walls 2.799 seconds behind Jason Berg. Of course, Jason Berg has this race in his lap right now. This is his championship to lose, and that is exactly the way it could happen. If anybody's going to beat him, I think he's going to beat him. We'll look to see if that is the case, or if he's going to have a nice steady race here at Chicagoland. We got 24 laps is what we're on. We've completed completed 23, 77 to go. As we'll get it together here eventually. We're coming up on lap 25 here momentarily. Let's go back here just a little bit to these two. John Breitzman and Seth Frazier still duking it out for 3rd position. That is a podium finish, determining on where they got this field quite early. Come down pit road now. Who is going to be the next one? Are these guys short-bidding it? We did not get a fuel window. We were hearing somewhere around lap 30-ish to 34, 35, somewhere in there. That is not the case. These guys are coming down here on lap 24, 25, so much earlier. They're going to make it a 3-stop race here as they can come in around lap 25, 50, and 75 and be extremely good to the go. On the end, Chris White makes a solid stop here. Jason Berg still out front by 3.083 seconds. But right now, Jason Berg has the championship in his hand. A rookie full-time here this season. If he could win this championship, this is his first full-time season. Would be awesome for him to win this championship again in his first season. Mark Walls trying to run him down, but Mark Walls just can't quite get up to him here at the moment in that 48 machine. We'll see who the next car comes down to be. I'm curious when Jeff Stabnow comes down. As we go back and look at him, he has currently got all that damage. He's falling back here. He's still in 8th, but he's falling back from where he started in 4th. So when will he come down pit road and take tires and fuel and get that damage repaired? Or will he repair that damage? Or will he wait till he absolutely has to use that fast repair here for tonight's race? We'll see. He's not coming down this time as he is on lap number 29 of 100. So already past the halfway point, 72 laps to go left in the race. We should be at the halfway point before you know it. As we should see everybody coming down pit road here very soon. Again, we expect the pits. We're in the lap 33 to 35 range is when we are predicting they would come down. Whether we are accurate on that is to be determined. Right now we do have a few takers. 2 of our chase drivers coming down early to possibly try and short pit this field. Will that be a winning strategy is the question. I just don't know. It could potentially be the winning strategy, maybe the championship strategy here tonight, but we don't know that for sure. As you're watching this little battle going on here, let's go to John Ottenbacher, who's side by side with Josh Coley right now. Again, battling for 6th position, but Josh Coley taking it all the way below the white line, and then you have the 89 of John Ottenbacher that takes it a little bit higher, almost up to the outside wall. So 2 different distinct lines running here, and I want to bring up our track facts here for tonight's race. Here at Chicagoland Speedway, 4 turns, 1.53 miles long, 100 laps, 153 miles is what they're running here tonight. Your track temp, that's why we want to bring this up here. is 100 degrees. It was 98 at the end of qualifying. So with that revert on the patch they did, they actually went backwards on the heat being laid down by these cars. That is why we're seeing that track temp go up some here, as typically it just continues to go down. It has actually gone down and then started increasing again up to degrees. Again, air temp 78, 2 miles north. We will go ahead and get rid of that screen. It's just some great racing here. We of course want to remind everybody here tonight, if you like the racing, make sure you hit the thumbs up, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. And of course, if you're on the YouTube channel over there in the ultra high definition, make sure you hit that notification or the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of all upcoming events. As this battle is starting to get more intense, everybody coming in, and there goes the 89 John Ottenbacher. He has to lock him up to get on pit road. We also have Brian Barnes coming down pit road. BJ Tidrick coming down pit road. Let's see, Jason Berg coming down at pit road. Everybody pretty much coming down. Jeff Stabnow is on pit road as well. So about 7 drivers all coming down pit road here on lap 33, which is about what we expected for a fuel window. So we'll see. Looks like everybody's going to have fairly good stops. This is going to be Josh Coley coming down at pit road with Chris Walters. That's going to give up the lead and belongs to the 45 of Steve Silstad, who again missed quite a few races here due to work. Having to get up early is not going to be one of your chase contenders, but what a battle he's got going on right now. Currently leading this race. Would be awesome to possibly see cars that are in the chase and not necessarily in the top 3. Make these guys have to earn it if they want to win the championship. And there goes Josh Coley. He's going to give up the lead. Or sorry, Josh Coley. Steve Silstad. Josh Coley is his teammate. And we're just looking at him to see where he is at the moment. But it looks like when it's all said and done, when Steve Silstad is completed, there it is. Sean Brightsman is your new race leader. Of course, these guys 11 laps on their tires. Some of these guys have 1 or 2, so they will be faster for just a bit, but then those tires will wear off very quickly. We'll see how this one goes. Jason Berg sitting in second place. That's the furthest he's been back all day long. He has got a nice little gap between him and Sean Brightsman. Currently 4.2 seconds. While we have a moment here, we're on lap 37 of 100. Pretty much caution. Well, actually, is caution-free so far in this race. We're going to step away here for... There's Steve Silstad getting one of his laps back. We're going to step away here for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back here in just a moment. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a little non-stop. There's you're watching a little battle, but it's not for an actual position. Give me had a little cough fit going on there. Again, this is not for an actual position on the track. That is the 35 of Todd Walters, who is 2 laps down here at the moment. Wrightsman, that was for a battle as he takes the lead. Or took the lead a little while ago anyway. Jason Berg on the outside. Look at Jason Berg on the outside, just drives by Sean Wrightsman. Again, keep in mind though, we say Jason Berg in that 2014 just waxed the floor with the 46 and just took that like a baby getting his rattle taken away, whatever you want to call it. However, that is not the case. It may look like that on the track to anyone that doesn't have the stats we have, and we're going to give you those stats here. If you keep in mind that Jason Berg has 8 laps on his tires, Sean Wrightsman has 17 on his. So while Jason Berg looked like he just basically said see you later to Sean Wrightsman does not have a slow car. He just has older tires. Come later in this race, things could shake up, and this could get really interesting. Those two are very quick, same cycle. But right now, it is double. Sean Wrightsman came in 9 laps sooner than Jason Berg. So, of course, Jason Berg is going to get by him very quickly. He has newer tires, so don't let that fool you how easily he got by him, as those newer tires will play a factor to race. Question is, will we have a caution? We are coming up on the halfway point here with 58 laps to go. Of course, 50 will be at the halfway point when we complete it, lap 51. Anyway, so far we have not seen a caution here in the race, so let's go ahead and pull that graphic up here for you. Race stats here for the night. Our fastest lap, 30.880. Average speed, fastest speed anyway, at 178.20. Your fastest driver, the driver that ran that lap, was Jason Berg, back on lap 2. There you see it, 0 caution laps, 4 different lead changes, and that's exactly how many leaders we've had as well. As it is, of course, Berg, Wrightsman, Silstad, and Walters that have led laps here in tonight's race. Again, I believe that's Chris Walters that led those. I don't believe it was Todd Walters. We'll clarify that as we have multiple Walters in the race tonight. As again, even the ticker up slot just says Walters, so we'll keep an eye on that to let you know which Walters it was. But we are fairly certain it was Chris Walters, not Todd Walters here. Let's check in with Jeff Stabnow, who has a nice, clean car after pit stops, as he was able to get in and use a fast repair and get it taken care of. Keep in mind, he only has one of those, so he has used it. So if he is to get into trouble later on in this race, it could spell disaster. That could be the end of his night, or in chase here in the championship round, as it would eliminate him most definitely if he had to sit on pit road for any length of time. So hopefully nothing happens here as we're on lap 47 of 100. Jason Berg still out front. Really kind of spread out here at the moment. So we'll see. Seth Frazier, Sean Wrightsman, they were side by side right as we went to them, and then Seth Frazier took off on by Sean Wrightsman. Again, another comparison, 13 laps on this set of tires versus 22 for Sean Wrightsman. That is a amount of tires wear on those tires compared to your competitors. So he's got to do his best to conserve and hang on till the next green flag pit stops, but his will be coming a little bit earlier than everybody else's. We'll see when he comes down if he's going to short pit this time. I don't think he is. I think we'll wait till we get to about lap 33 again. But definitely Sean Wrightsman will be coming in as one of the first drivers to come down here. So he's got 24 laps on there. So does the 00 of Chris White. So both of those drivers drivers, and they will have to come down a little bit earlier than everybody else in order to not run out of fuel. So we'll see if and when they do come down again. As there's the one we think led laps, Chris Walters in the 36, currently on the tail end of the lead lap. And Todd Walters are at least a lap down here at the moment. So we'll see. It looks like, yeah, 1 lap down, 2 laps down. So those guys a couple of laps down between them. But Mark Walls, 3.899 seconds behind Mark Walls. He has got his Jason Berg. He has got his work cut out for him. So we'll get it out right eventually. Today has not been our day, apparently. Mark Jason Berg by 3.933 seconds. Seth Frazier behind them in the 32, and Sean Breitzman, who again we talked about getting past pretty early, or pretty easy there earlier by Jason Berg, but again everybody in front of Sean Breitzman right now, whether it's Seth Frazier, Mark Walls, Jason Berg, they all have fresher tires. Sean Breitzman will have to come down pit road sooner than every one of them, as he's on lap 26 here. So is Chris White. He's about to be on 26, or Sean Breitzman on 27. So the oldest tires on this track right now belong to Sean Breitzman in that number 46 machine. I expect to see him come down here very soon. We'll see. Again, first round of green flag pit stops were completed just a few laps ago. We are officially past that. 49 laps to go here in tonight's race. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube watching this race. And it looks like Chris White is going to take it all the way to the bottom here at the little trioval. No surprise, we expect to see people take it a little bit lower. We'll just have to see how low. So far, caution free tonight. Let's take a lap here with our race leader and just what it's like to go on board with him. We'll go silent on the mic as we go on board with our race leader, Jason Berg, just to kind of see what it is like here. As we'll go to our helmet cam if we can find it. At the moment, there is helmet cam activated here as we'll go on board here. Just a lap or two with Jason Berg, your race leader. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to stay silent. I don't know if any of y'all heard that while we were quiet and going on board with him. That thudding noise that we hearing coming from the 21 of Jason Berg as he goes into the corners here. I'm not sure, that very well could be that splitter hitting the ground, as we'll have to keep an eye and see if possibly is what is scraping the ground. As we go back to our main camera here for tonight's race. We'll see. Sean Breitzman still has not come down. He's on that 32 right now, so he's down shortly. Again, that first stop, everyone shook it. They ran it just a little bit earlier, came in a little bit earlier than they really needed to. And then now we are going to run this thing to lap 33, 34 for everyone out on that track right now. Again, let us know if you're out there watching how the sound is coming across here for the headsets, for and new microphones here for VRN. So let us know if you can hear us good, and make sure we're not cutting out or anything like that, as we definitely do not want that, and we will have to address those issues if that is the case. Right now, it is pretty much all about Jason this race. If he can hang on to it at the moment, he will win the championship and this race and make it 4 races in a row for the 21 of Jason Berg. As again, we'll pull those up here. We'll go look at the results. Since the chase, Jason Berg has won 4 races. So really, if it comes down to it, Jason Berg kind of having a similar season to Jeff Stabnow last year, as Jeff Stabnow won, I believe, 6 out of 7 of the chase races. So he absolutely dominated the playoffs, the chase, whatever you want to call it. Exactly what we have some drivers doing as we got some issues going on the track. Sean Brightsman spins it out coming on pit road. Let's go back and take a quick look at that, as that is going to cost him some dear time. We'll go back and look here to the instant replays. We're going to go back a little further here, as we'll see he is coming down pit road. You see right there, he gets a little squirmy, and right there locks up the brakes, and that is going to cost him a lot of time trying to get back to pit road, and probably an unsafe pit entrance as well. So tough break for the 46 of Sean Brightsman, who is still sitting on pit road, and we'll see a 14.9 second stop. I am very shocked that that did not turn into a 15-second hold on pit road for an unsafe pit entrance. If he squeezed that out, that would be amazing for him. But Chris White, no surprise, he's coming down pit road as well. He was the next one that came down early, so of course he's going to come down a little bit than everyone else, and not getting a very fast start off pit road. But he is off pit road, and now that means 2 drivers have officially completed. Those that do include, of course, Chris White and Sean Brightsman, your 2 chase drivers. But Sean Brightsman, not only is he a lap down with Chris White, but he may go multiple laps down because of that little incident on pit road. Again, spinning it out. Good thing that was no one else involved. Had anybody else been coming in at the exact same time, that could have been way worse than it was. But don't tell that to Sean Brightsman. As lucky as you might think he got, not being anyone around him to hit him or anything, it's still going to cost him quite a bit of time. We'll see if he's able to get that lap back and salvage his race. If not, that could be his demise here in this season finale race. As we'll go ahead and pull that over quick. This is the Walls Beard Co. Championship 150 here at Chicagoland Speedway, with some really good racing. A lot of side-by-side racing here tonight. Just outstanding all around. We want to welcome everybody to chat, of course, whether you're on the YouTube or Facebook side of things. Definitely big shout out to tune in here for the racing on this late night. Again, it's late for some of us. It's not late for all of us. Sean Brightsman gets to the outside wall. Here's Jason Berg still leading this, but again, for some of us, depending on what coast you're on, it is a little late. For others, not so much. It's only about 9 o'clock where these guys are, where it's about almost 12 o'clock here. So two different distinct time zones. A lot earlier for them than it is for us, but we don't care. We're glad to be here covering this racing action. As Jason Berg is pretty much no company. Mark Walls 3.7 seconds behind. Mark Walls could almost the race leader, but just can't get to him. So this race so far does belong to Jason Berg, as we have John Ottenbacher coming down pit road, BJ Tidderick coming down pit road. So 2 drivers coming down pit road. So it looks like Seth Frazier is going to come down as well. And to complete that here is we had to have somebody back up there. BJ Tidderick has to back up on the pit stall there just a little bit. But for the most part, a fairly clean stop. We'll see how it goes for these guys. as Jason Berg, again, has not come in for his second stop yet. When he does, it could potentially shake things up. We'll see here shortly. We're on lap 68 of 100. We currently have 33 laps to go in the remainder of this race. Not very many laps left when you think about how quick it's going. We're caution free here tonight. As we'll see, it's going to be Josh Coley giving up second place. He'll come down pit road. Again, no chase input for him. He is just here trying to get the win, and he is doing a good job of it right now. As we have Brian Lambert in the 52. We haven't talked about him a whole lot here tonight. Oh, as he overshoots his pit stall, has to back up. And again, let's go back and there goes Jason Berg down pit road. He's going to go to a stop here, and a good stop for him. He makes it in and out here shortly. And Josh Coley out of pit road, and he is set to go. Jason Berg still being scored as your race leader, but will he be when the time these guys get to him? As it looks like Steve Silstad is going to stay out. He will lead a lap here, as we'll see that will be his third lap when he gets to the line, assuming he does not come down pit road and relinquish that lead officially before he does get back, and that will give it back to Jason Berg as we're coming up on the 30 to go here. We're going to step away here as most of our, actually all of our chase drivers except for Jeff Stabnow have been down pit road. We'll take a look at Jeff Stabnow here. He running in 8th place, and I stand corrected. He has come down pit road here just a second ago. He has completed his second stop as well. Just missed him. We do apologize for that, but he came down and got more damage to that car, so we'll see. He does not have a fast repair to do it, so he has to just kind of deal with it here. It's 30 to go this time by for Jason Berg, so we're going to go ahead and step away to what hopefully will be our last commercial break here of the night, and we'll be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you're watching it, your leader still, he has now led 65 laps. Brightsman has led 5, Silstad's led 2, and Walters has led 1. We had 4 different leaders, 4 different lead changes. Your fastest lap still at 30.880 on lap 2 by Jason Berg, your race leader. And right now, potential championship is the next closest car. The championship is Chris White back in the 4th place. Sean Brightsman right behind him in 5th. And Jeff Stabnow again struggling a little bit here after early contact with the wall or another car. We didn't see what happened. It was literally on the start of the race. He is up to 7th But again, he started 4th, so he's fallen back, but he's moving his way back through this field once again. So we'll take a look back here to the 11 and 89. That is B.J. Tidrick and John Ottenbacher. They got a little bit of a battle going on back here, currently for 9th position. So this is determining who takes 9th and who takes 10th place. Right now, 9th does Tidrick, so we'll see if he can hang on to it. Of course, as we know, John Ottenbacher is going to be fast. John Ottenbacher takes it to the bottom, but can't quite complete the pass. We'll see how does this one play out. This is, again, we keep harping on this. This is currently Jason Berg's race to win or lose. It is on him to how this race goes. If he manages to make a little mistake, then we could potentially see a battle or a change for the lead. If not, he is going to walk away with this championship here tonight, as we now have 24 laps to go. I want to bring up Brian Barnes real fast, as he's not a chase driver, but look where he has started 13th up to 4th. One more position and he'll be 10 spots gained. He has gained 9 spots since the start of this race, and a very good race at that. So we'll see how he does finish. Will he get a top 5 is the question. Sean Brown, the next one he's going to have to try to get by, as you see the 58 behind him. That is Steven Paulson, who's 1 lap down here at the moment, so he is not technically any threat to the 4. And speaking of threats, the 46 has a huge threat behind him, and that is the 4, Brian Barnes. And we told you he was the next one he had to pass, and he's caught him very quickly here. That is 12 laps for Brian Barnes on tires versus about 19 or 20 for Sean Brightsman. So I really think this track is turning into, or this race is turning into a tire game, not necessarily a fuel strategy game. And we should see these guys come in. No, they should be able to make it here. If you do the math there, actually, someone like Sean Brightsman would not be able to make it. He would have 41 laps left in this race. That's how many he has left. And he's completed 20 on a stint. There's 21 to go. He'll have to come down pit road once again and take fuel at least if he wants to possibly have a chance here. So we'll keep an eye on that. You do math, 20 to go right now. This time by for your leader, Jason Berg. He has 12 on his, so that would put him in lap 32. So Jason Berg will be good to go on the fuel strategy. Behind him, Mark Walls. You're looking at roughly 35, maybe 36. That's going to be a little bit of a gamble here for the 48. And everyone below them is definitely in jeopardy of not making it on fuel if they can only get about 33 to 34 laps of fuel in a run. So if that's the case, they can really only get 33, 34 laps of fuel. Then Jason Berg is going to be flirting with disaster here on making it on fuel, and everyone else is going to be on fuel. So I would be willing to guess they can probably make it just a little bit more than we think they can. But we'll know here shortly as things are winding down here. 18 laps to go in your race here at Chicagoland Speedway. Again, we want to reiterate, this is going caution-free here tonight. So very interesting that it has done that. We don't see it very often in any form of racing. It's a tough feat to do, but it can be done, and if it's going to be done, it's going to be done with a great group of guys like we have here in the Northwest Xfinity Series, as it looks like William Fletcher is going to come down for a third and final stop. He is already 3 laps down, so he's trying to not go any more laps down here in the race currently. It's a hard task. There you see your race leader, and there he is, William Fletcher in that 28. So again, he probably will go a second or third lap down before it's all said and done. Let's go check in here. We looked on board with Jason Hunt. Sorry, Jason Hunt. Jason Berg. Wow, I don't know. Jason Hunt has not been here in a while. Jason Berg. We went on board with him earlier. Let's go to Mark Walls. And we'll go to our normal helmet cam here and see how he's having to fight this car. We go silent on the radio here for just a moment. Alright, we're back here. Just letting you go on board here with Mark Walls. You see him trying to run down your leader as he goes to the line right there. So we'll go off board with him here for just a little bit here as we'll go back to our main camera. Right now it is Berg, Walls, and Frazier. Those are your top three drivers with currently 13 laps to go. This race is winding down very quickly here tonight. Again, now we didn't expect it to take too terribly long to do this race. However, we also didn't expect it to go caution-free either. We figured we'd see a caution or two, but that is not the case. We are caution-free here so far. Jason Berg out front, followed by Mark Walls, Seth Frazier, Ryan Barnes, Chris White, and Jeff Stabnow, who again just not having much luck here tonight. Started fourth. He has worked his way back up to sixth place. But again, that damage in the race definitely set him back as he had to fight it as long as he could until we could get down to pit stops here. And then he had to make those magic changes and get that fast repair done. But it was just a little too late. He had lost too much ground prior to that coming out. So it looks like it's nice and pristine now. That again, 100% clean. It looks clean, but it's not. Let's go and see. You see, it's hard to see here. There is a little bit right there on the left, right side of the hood. As they'll come by, you can see it very quickly. It's hard to see. Let's go on here. Let's go to that roll bar camera there, and you can see if you look on that hood right there, it's just a little bit. So he doesn't have as much damage as he did earlier in this race. However, he does have still quite a bit, and it's slowing him down. We currently have 10 laps to go in this race. Now it's correction, make it 9 to go. As you see the leader, Jason Berg, in that 21, putting the 11 car of BJ Tidrick 1 lap down. So right now, Jason Berg is really just picking off laps here. Josh Coley, John Ottenbacher would be the next one. And I think there's a little bit of a distance there. We'll see. Not much, as there is Ottenbacher. There is your race leader. So John Ottenbacher currently in a position to go a lap down here with 8 laps to go. Will stay on the lead lap, and will we see a caution here? Again, once we get to the 5 to go mark, if a caution was to come out, the race would be over. We definitely, of course, do not want to see a caution come out at this point, as it could potentially change the whole we might want to see it anyway, but I can guarantee you Jason Berg does not want to see a caution come out, as he has again led now 84 laps here, as it is 7 laps to go here in the race. The one person that doesn't want to see a caution, maybe not the only one, is Jason Berg. Mark Walls, wants to see the caution. He wants to be able to get back to the front of this field and give Jason Berg a run for his money. We doubt anybody would come down pit road. They might. We'll see. We still have to make sure they can make it on fuel. So we're 7 and 7 is 14. And now let's do the math. 6 and 8, so that's 10. Leave the it's going to be close here for some of these guys, as we have 28 laps for Mark Walls. We'll go back to him. 28 laps here for Mark Walls on this stint. We still have 6 laps to go. He may not even make it on fuel, so he may be really hoping a caution comes out so he could get in and literally get like a 2-second splash of fuel and then get back out on this track. So much going on here at the moment. We just have to cover the bet. Again, not a whole lot of battles per se going on the track. However, fuel strategy is coming into play here. We know for a fact that a caution is out, and it's going to be, is it for the 00 Chris White coming on the pit road or somebody else? No, it's going to be for the 53 of Jade Williams, bringing out the caution with 5 to go, and that is probably going to do it. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 53 of Jade Williams, and bringing out the first and only caution as he gets a little contact there from the 33, or the 35, and not Josh Coley, it was the 35 of, and that will send him around. That will do it here probably for the race. That is going to end it under caution. We haven't had a single caution until now, so we have a moment to go and talk to these drivers. We said we wanted to talk to Jeff Stabnell a little bit earlier ago as to what happened for qualifying, even though he did get out there in time. Let's see what happened to him in qualifying. Jeff Stabnell, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles.
Well, we wanted to get you in here long before now, as I believe this race is going to be ending under caution. But we wanted to talk to you earlier about did something happen there in qualifying that you almost didn't make it into qualifying with 3 seconds left to go, and then we didn't see what happened. What happened there on that first lap that got you that damage?
Qualifying, we were just going to try to let the track get cool. I missed the cloud that everybody else caught, so when I got back, the track was hotter for me than it was for most of the guys that had run. So I was hoping I could get another cool down on it. Didn't get it, so qualified fourth. Was just testing grip there on the restart and had it in the wrong gear, trying to figure out what we were looking at on the start, and had it in the wrong gear. And shot it up into the wall and got quite a bit of damage. Got a lot of damage. Just killed me on that first run, put me way back to the back of the pack, and I was just off pace. And without a caution coming out, I had no chance. I'd like to have seen a caution come out, reset the field, seen what I could have done, but not to be.
It definitely was not to be. You know, you always hope for a good green flag run until you need the caution, and then, of course, that's the one time you go green flag racing, basically non-stop here. But this race, the lights, if they don't go, nope, 2 to go, lights are not off, so this race is officially called over. So, not getting the championship here, but standard here for winning all the races you could and winning the championship. And Jason Berg came in here and followed your suit and did the same thing.
Yeah. Hell of a race. I don't know that any of us had anything for Jason. He's just so fast here the second half of the year. Beat us pretty fair and square and soundly and all that. But just a bonehead move before the race even started that put me at that big of a deficit. A little tough to swallow here. All I needed was one dang caution, man. Of course, I'm usually the guy 9 times out of 10 that's begging for no cautions. Long run is usually my strength, and tonight it killed me.
Well, again, still a solid run here. I know everybody's looking forward to the little bit of a break they get here. But we won't be talking to you, obviously, here in the post-race. We'll talk to you after the race, though, but we'll give you a chance to give some shout-outs and sponsors real quick.
All right. Well, as always, thanks to BRN and Wallace Beard Co. For making this happen. We had a computer company coming on board tonight, but I wasn't able to get with anybody and get that finalized. So, unfortunately, I don't have the information on that. Thanks to the teammates, we couldn't do this without the teammates. So, a lot of work goes into this series, and a lot of work goes into competing in these series. And without the teammates, we just wouldn't be able to do this. So, aside from that, thanks for all your hard work, Charles.
All right, well, we'll be talking to you after the race for sure. So again, congrats on a fantastic season as it comes to an end, and we'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
All right, again, that was the 24 Jeff Stabnow. Unfortunately, coming up a little bit short here, but there is your race winner and season champion, the 21 of Jason Berg, as he is on his final lap here. Kind of gets to for the last lap. Again, nobody likes to see a race end under caution, but hey, he gets to relax here for his final lap for the season. As you can see the flag stand right there, checkered flag is waving here for the 21 of Jason Berg, and you can go ahead and throw it up there. The 21, Jason Berg, led 91 laps. He is officially going to be your race winner. As you see everybody giving him some celebrating little taps there, as he is officially your race winner and the Season 2 2018-19 champion here at Chicagoland, sealing the deal by winning the race. It was indeed. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that off your screen. Let's go ahead and go through your unofficial race results here for tonight's race. Getting the win, of course, is going to be the 21 of Jason Berg. Second place will be the 48 of Mark Walls. Third place will be the 12 of Seth Frazier. Fourth place will be the 4 of Brian Barnes. And fifth place will be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Sixth place will be the 33 of Josh Coley. Seventh place will be the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Eighth place will be the 00 of Chris White. Ninth place will be the 11 of BJ Tidrick. 11th place will be the 3 of Jade Williams. 12th place will be the 46 of Sean Breitzman. 13th place will be the 58 of Steven Paulson. 14th place will be the 45 of Steve Silstad. And 15th place will go to the 35 of Todd Walters. 16th place will go to the 36 of Chris Walters. 17th place will go to the 28 of William Fletcher. And he's here tonight. That is going to be the 91 of Scott Hutchinson, who did not start tonight's race. That will do it for your unofficial race results. We'll be right back here in just a moment with your post-race shows. We'll talk to our top 3 drivers and, of course, our champion here for tonight. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I think we need to raise the price of admission as we're giving a little bonus, little feature here going on at the end of this race. But regardless of that, we do have our top three here in the booth with us, of course. In third place is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier. A great run here for you, Seth, to end the season. So to go out on a high note in third place, obviously is always good. So we're going to have a little bit of a break. So will that momentum kind of die down, or you think you'll still have it going into next season when we and are you looking forward to this little bit of a break?
Yeah, I hope it'll carry over a little bit to next year, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I just ran out of gas.
It definitely will be. As again, we are watching Jeff Stabnow get obliterated over here, but it's kind of par. After the season is officially over, there's always a demo derby. So we have to ask here before we get to your sponsors and stuff. Which is more enjoyable out here for the fans watching? I'm sure we know, but for the drivers here, you ran 100 laps and then have a little demo derby. Which is more rewarding to you, the third place finish or getting to just destroy the car and every car around you at the end of this race?
Well, throughout the race, how many times I hit the wall, I kind of did both throughout the race. So I was warmed up for the demo derby by the end of the night.
It definitely had a blast out there. The season is officially over, so we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who'd those be for that third place finish?
Just thanks to Jeff and Brightsman and Mark and everyone that puts this all on, and you for broadcasting this.
We are definitely glad to be here. Again, congrats on third place, finishing in second place, one spot ahead. Unfortunately, was not one of our, another one wasn't one of our final four, but came out to try to win this race. Obviously came up just a little bit short here. How was the car handled here tonight? Is a fixed setup?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think it got little tight overall. First laps I put in it were qualifying, so we loaded and went and survived. We had a heck of a battle with Seth, kind of back and forth all race through pit stops and whatnot. So good race. Had nothing for Berg, man. That guy's an alien.
Definitely, everybody was chasing down Berg here tonight. Overall, again, kind of the same question. The season's over. We all know, we've talked to you before, you're looking forward to this little bit of a break. But assuming there may be something in there, you're looking forward to maybe a little goof-off series like we did in the past with the, was it the Summer Showdown series or something like that? Where it's just more of a goof-off series if you do something?
No, we're going to take a break and come back and hit it strong with another season. I kind of looking at all options, making sure we get the best for everybody. So I don't think we're going to have a short season. I think it's just kind of regroup. Maybe we'll all kind of BS on the regular iRacing, on their servers and race a little bit of open racing there. But good little off season. Take a ride with the Truck Championship Trophy and all the way.
Well, definitely a break needed. You did a great job to finish in second place, so we know you got some shout-outs, so who would those be?
Yeah, we got to thank Walls Beard Co., BRN, for putting on this awesome shows that we get to go back and watch. I got to thank teammates for Wicked Chassis. Kind of all had ups and downs throughout the race and kind of messed around with each other, laughed, and here we are.
Are indeed. We're glad to be here. I know that, and again, we're here till through 2020, so we are locked in for the long haul here with the Northwest Racing Series. But again, congrats on the second place, and tonight's winner and a seasoned champion who led 92 laps of this race, utterly dominated is the only way you can say it. That is the 21 of Jason Berg. Jason, welcome back to the booth. Again, annihilated this field. That's all you can say about it. I believe you had like a, I don't know, a 4 or 5 second lead at certain points in this race. So, this car obviously was handling the way you liked. You found the fast line around this track, and obviously your goal was to win, but how does it feel to win and know that you are the season champion?
It feels pretty good. That was my goal from the get-go, and it's pretty cool to make it happen. I think that's probably my first actual championship on iRacing out of all the years I've been on it. I was away from it for probably 3 years, and so this being my first year back on it, it's pretty cool to accomplish this.
Definitely, and I believe the rookie season here, I don't know if anybody ever has done that in the past. We'll have to dig deep to find that. Obviously, the first season, everybody was a rookie, but there's a rookie in the series anyway. Definitely not a rookie by any means. But same kind of question. We haven't got to talk to you about it, I don't believe, but we have this break coming up. Do you have any plans for that little bit of a break? No, while there's no league racing going on here for the Northwest Racing Series.
I don't know. I don't really have any plans. I'll just obviously continue with the Northwest Tour, the Super Late Model Series that Seth and BJ put on. So that'll probably be the main thing that I'm doing on here. I might do a little bit of open racing here and there. I know the Daytona 500, the full length official race is coming up. So I won that in I think 2014. So I might try to see if I can do that again.
Well, we'll be looking forward to you here coming up next season. But of course, we know you got some sponsors and shout outs. So who would those be for that win and the championship here tonight?
Yeah, first off, Jeff, Sean, and Mark for giving us guys a good series coming racing. A lot of fast people, a lot of clean racing. It's pretty cool to get 2 races back to back, essentially caution free like that. You don't find that very often, so that's a testament to everybody out here. And then you for the broadcast, you do a great job. It's always fun to go back and watch. And then lastly, but not least, GeForceAerialMedia.com. Go ahead and check them out.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the win and championship here. Not only is that going to do it here for tonight's race, that is going to do it for the entire season. This season has come and gone, as well as the trucks. So we'll take a few weeks off from the Northwest Racing Series, and we will be back here shortly. As always, we want to thank all the sponsors for tonight's race, of course. Ourselves here at VRN and Walls Beard Co. Beard Bomb playing a double duty for tonight's race, and of course for a sponsor here for the broadcast. Also on the broadcast side of things include Northwest Racing Series, RaceOnTexas.com, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and Racecore. Make sure you check out all these great partners on their social media sites, and we will see y'all next season coming up here. And stay tuned for that. We're going to release all that information when we get it, and we'll be back to racing before you know it.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.